In this video, I'm going to share with you 6 steps to create a spacious business model. Hi, welcome to this episode. My name is Sophia Bernardi and I help coaches scale to 30K months and beyond the simple, sustainable and spacious way. I'm really passionate about creating a spacious business model because it has personally changed my life and allows me to help more people without sacrificing my personal life at the same time. I love spending time with my partner. I love going to the gym. I love having a very clear calendar and that ability to choose. It's not that I need complete location freedom at all times and I'm a digital nomad. I do travel, but I don't necessarily travel 24/7. I just more like the ability to choose. I would love it if a friend said to me, hey, want to go to New Zealand tomorrow? I want to be able to say yes to that if I wanted to go. And if I don't, I want to be able to say I don't want to go, but I don't want to be able to say I do want to go, but I can't. I would hate that. So I really love that freedom of choice that I've created, and I've become quite known in my little community for helping people scale spaciously because I'm all about having a seamless sales process, having simple systems and a sustainable strategy that allows you to do just that. So when I say spacious, I just mean, freedom of choice. I mean having a mostly clear calendar or, as clear as you desire it to be, of course, and, being able to say yes to the things in your personal life. That is a spacious lifestyle for me, and I'm really, really passionate about it. So I thought I would share with you, what it looks like, because what I found is a lot of people in the coaching industry or just in entrepreneurship and even in corporate to be fair as well, so a lot of people get burnt out. A lot of people are operating from constant overwhelm, and the moment, one inconvenient thing happens in their life, which mind you will happen, that they just absolutely crumble, and it just doesn't need to be that way. And if I can play a role in supporting, that to be the case for you, then I'm doing my job correctly. So I want to walk you through the 6 steps to create a spacious business model because it's something that you design intentionally. It's not going to accidentally happen, all right? So let's get into it. Number 1 is you're going to need to have one clear, scalable offer. The clearer your offer is, the more people will say yes to it. The bigger, the bolder, the more tangible the outcome is, the more signups you'll have. If you are vague in your messaging, in the outcome of your offer, in who you help, in any of those things, it's going to be difficult to create a spacious business model because you simply will not be bringing in enough clients or making enough income for that to even be the case. You even want it to be a scalable offer. If you want spaciousness, that's not going to happen from once off back-to-back one-on-one sessions or even one-on-one coaching solely. It's going to happen from courses and intimate masterminds, high-ticket group programs. I'm not saying I'm against low ticket. I'm not saying I'm against one-on-one entirely. I think there's a time and place for everything dependent on person to person, but if there's one thing that will bottleneck you, it's being on back-to-back calls all the time. It's going to stop you from the amount of money you make. It's going to stop you from what you can say yes and no to. It's going to stop you from being able to get back to your clients quickly. It's going to make you feel like you're running on this never-ending hamster wheel, and that's not the vibe. That is not the vibe. So it needs to be a scalable offer. I have 2 group programs. It honestly feels like one program though. Everyone's in the same community and has the same curriculum. I suppose there's just different tiers and all of those sorts of things. But it's super, super simple. It means all of my time and energy goes into one place, and I support people at different capacities depending on which tier they're on. But it's just so simple and it's very scalable. So someone just joined my program right now and they're being automatically onboarded and they can dive right on in and get started. And that is super freaking cool if I do say so myself. Number 2, in order to create a spacious business model, is you need a strong client delivery system. So most coaches burn out not because of sales, but because of the actual delivery, like I was just mentioning. It's chaotic. There's no system around it. You are winging when you hold people accountable and when you check in, and you're rewriting the same templates that could be templated or automated. The structure is very inconsistent, and it's all over the place basically. Whereas when you have a clear curriculum, clear expectations, structured support, you've even got someone helping you with support dependent on where you're at. There's boundaries that are clearly communicated from day one around your availability and when you'll be responding and all of these sorts of things, and a way for clients to access support without you constantly needing to be on. This is what's going to allow you to create that spaciousness. So right now I have people in my program learning, growing, doing all of these things whilst I'm here talking to you. And there's no way I could be able to do that if I didn't have all of that back end for my client delivery. So we really want to be having it set up in a way where people can be learning and growing, which is really, really awesome. So having a strong dialed in offer and delivery process is going to allow spaciousness, because clients can get what they need without you being the bottleneck, which means you can sleep well at night knowing that people can find the answers to things if they really need to. So a question to ask so far, just so you're following along, is number one, is your offer simple, scalable and repeatable? And the other thing is your delivery designed for scaling, or are you manually doing everything unnecessarily right now? So answer those two questions and then you are on track to continue on listening. So the third thing that you would need to focus on to be able to create a more spacious business model is actually having consistent lead flow without you constantly being on. So running things like Facebook ads or boosting Instagram posts is a really easy way to bring leads in without you constantly being on. I can pay money right now for an Instagram post to actually boost, and I can get new followers, and then me or my team can DM those followers and the process can begin. Whereas if you are waiting on word of mouth and referrals, you have no marketing strategy, or you can only get leads if you are actively doing something and going to them, then that'll be a lot of work and it will take away from that spaciousness. I'm not against doing that. There's definitely things that I do where I'm finding people, but for the most part, I've set things up now in a way with Facebook ads, and with content going out and all of this sort of thing, that leads are actually finding me, and that's a really good position to actually be in, because otherwise you're going to be chasing for every lead, and that is not the definition of spaciousness. Spaciousness to me is knowing that I'm asleep and I have leads going into my pipeline literally while I'm asleep. Super, super cool. So there are lots of things that I do to not only attract leads, but also to nurture them and convert them in more spacious ways. So like I run events instead of, having one-on-one conversations with every single lead or following up with them 5 million times or doing all of these things. I run long form content exactly like this that goes on my YouTube channel, goes on my podcast, which is streamed to every platform. We then turn that into short form content for YouTube shorts, TikToks, Reels, put it on LinkedIn, Facebook, all the things. So I have content that goes just from my long form content. I run monthly live events. We've got automated email sequences, we deliver free resources. All of that sort of stuff has a ripple and compound effect. Like this video or this episode, is going to serve me so far in the future. You could be watching this very late, in the future because you found me and you captivated by the title and you're binge consuming my content. Or you could have just found me. It doesn't matter, but long form content lasts, whereas short form content very easily is forgotten about very quickly because there's so much noise and competition out there. So you want to have a variety of both. My monthly live events, they do so well for me. A majority of my revenue is made there because after an hour and a half of someone listening to me taking them through my process, majority of those people are sold and now want my support to implement that process. And that's the power of long form content and events. So this builds spaciousness because that 1.5 hours can be spent serving hundreds of people, versus if I didn't have that and I'd have to just create a million different social media short form content pieces to kind of communicate that same message or get that amount of value across where someone actually feels ready to buy. Number 4 is that you need a simple, high converting sales system. So again, if you do not have a sales system that is dialed in, it's going to be really difficult to sign clients, and you're just going to be leaving money on the table and wasting potential clients that you could be supporting, but you weren't able to communicate it enough to actually do so. So you want to make sure that that is dialed in and automated. So if someone books a call with me, not only are they qualified, but they get taken to a particular page that has case studies, trainings, their next steps super clearly. There's an automated email sequence. I have a member of my team reach out to them confirming the call as well, so we have a high show-up rate. Like there's all of these things in place to ensure that someone is super nurtured before they come to my call as well. So that's very, very, very powerful. Number 5 is that you need a calendar that actually supports your lifestyle. So it's important to set boundaries about when you are actually available in your business. Don't have your availability for all of the time. If you don't want to do calls on Fridays, make it so you're not available on Fridays. If you don't want to work past 3 p.m., don't have yourself available there. Be intentional with your boundaries, your calendar availability, and block things out to ensure that essential things get actually done. So if I know that I really, really want something to be done, I put put it in my calendar. You know, like having, you know, some time in my calendar right now to say podcast recording, you know, it means that no one else can book with me there, and I actually record these videos. You know, this is really, really important. So if you want spaciousness, that you have boundaries and you have things in place to allow that. For example, me going to a Pilates class every day is really, really essential. So guess what? It's in my calendar for every day, so no one can book there, so it actually gets done, which supports me to be living in alignment with my values and the things that make me happy and feel spacious, you know? So that's really how I go about that. And then the final thing that I want to share today that I think is really important when it comes to creating a spacious business model is delegating. Delegating early and delegating intentionally. If you're trying to scale to 30K a month or beyond, 50, 100K a month, but you're sitting there doing $10 an hour tasks, $20 an hour tasks, it becomes increasingly difficult for you to actually get those results because you're sitting there doing, you know, important tasks but not essential tasks for you to do, you know? So me hiring a VA has made me so much money, and I'm incredibly grateful for her. And I rely on her so, so much. And I've got other team members that I'm equally super, super grateful for that save me time, which allows me to make more money, which allows me to support them deeply as well. So it's important that you delegate to actually allow yourself to scale spaciously. If I didn't have a team right now, I didn't have anything automated right now, I would be stressed out of my mind, and I wouldn't be, you know, able to give as much as I give online or give as much to my clients as I give, because I wouldn't have capacity to do so, because I'd be so busy doing everything myself or doing things manually that could so easily be templated or automated or delegated, right? It's just wild. So you want to make sure that you're delegating early and intentionally. So let me just summarize the 6 things that I've shared today that go into creating a spacious business model. So number 1 is that you need to have one clear and scalable offer. That is a group offer. That's what's going to make it scalable. Number 2 is you need a strong client delivery system so that clients get results. That's what's going to make them re-sign and refer, which is very, very important. Number 3 is you need a consistent lead flow so that you have leads coming in without you doing everything yourself. Number 4 is that you need a simple, high converting sales system in place so that you are actually leveraging and maximizing the opportunities that are presented to you to sign clients. And number 5, you need a calendar that supports your lifestyle. Super, super important to structure it in a really intentional way for yourself. And number 6 is you need to delegate early and intentionally. So they are the 6 things that I wanted to share with you today about how you can create a spacious business model just like I have, where your calendar is free most days of the week so that you can live the life that you want and grow the business that you want to. I love you all. Thanks for chiming in. And if you ever want my support, you know what to do. You can head to the link below, book a call with me, and we can chat about working together. See you soon.